What's up, everybody? And welcome to the Swolecast. We have a little bit of controversy on today's show. So we got a lot to cover. You know, this is a first look show, but we also have to look at some of the other stuff that happens even amongst our own. So I cannot wait to dive into it. It's the Swolecast today, still without a sponsor.
You Davis Maddox from the Swolecast? I was like, yep, that's me.
I just want you guys to know I'm total dust. I'm the problem.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Leave it to the guy with the crypto dunes, Abby, to not understand context.
I should have known you getting 30 likes was directly written by someone else.
You know me, I don't do a ton of research before the show.
I've put no research into this. Don't know if it's true at all.
You're on the right show.
To it, bro. Live a little.
Live a little.
Just live a little, guys.
All right, guys. Welcome in. David Kitchen alongside Davis Maddox, Pete Overzet, and Mr. Tuttle 05. We got a lot to get into.
Do we?
Yeah, we do. We do.
Okay.
Tuttle brought to the table something. It was the first look show, so we kind of set the table. But he brought to the table something that happened last week. Tuttle, do you want to just give just a brief overview of what happened, then we'll get into the real Overzet's overview?
What?
I don't.
What happened last week?
You're confusing him with the time frame, David.
No, what we talked about last night. Basically.
There you go.
What was talked about last night? Let me see.
Oh gosh, Tuttle.
God. Okay.
This is disingenuous touting.
This is what happened.
This morning I posted, yes. Davis had some disingenuous touting going on. And the ultimate troll on the RG Discord brought it up. He saw Davis in first place of some contest last night. He said, funny that Davis Maddox was supposed to be under on Cooper Rush, but he has a lineup with him in first place. Some of these guys lie to get you off a player. All the players he said he liked, he played the opposite.
Davis,
busted.
We've gone full Costanza.
You want to tell people what really happened?
All right, look,
it might be even better.
If you guys want to know the truth, I uploaded my CSV without Cooper Rush in it at like 3:30 p.m. whenever I did my podcast. Then
Great time to finalize Showdown lineups, by the way.
So then Jalen Brooks was out, and got the notification on my phone. I was walking my dog. I was about 10 minutes away from home. I literally turn around, walking my dogs, come home, drop the puppy off, keep the other puppy upstairs, not the puppy, the older dog, the 10-year-old dog with their leash on upstairs. I tell my wife, watch the dog for a second. I come back down to my computer. I rerun my Sims with a 13% target share for Cavante Turpin. And I forgot to uncheck Cooper Rush. And I got a shipper.
This almost sounds more made up than just saying, do you know what underweight is?
Yeah, you're going
Davis,
really out of your way.
I just pressed the button on the sim. I don't control what it does.
Well, clearly you do because you tried to take Cooper Rush out. I think there's a
target.
big lesson here, Davis. Just stop bullying the math. Just let the computer take the wheel for these teams, buddy.
No, I wouldn't have. I would not have won. I would not have won if I didn't move Cavante Turpin to a 13% target share.
This is honestly something that usually happens to me.
I was gonna say that right there. That was a Soccer Dave ass 2008 or 2015 NBA DFS story right there.
Honestly, I don't do much of those surveys anymore. I only have to do the college football one. I used to hate because you feel if you care about like how you answer, which I did, and I do with college football. You do feel bad when something like that happens. Where like Mekhi Hughes last week was like, my guy, I'm going to be underweight on, and I was completely underweight on him, and he was whatever. But you feel bad, like if 10 minutes leading up to lock, something changes, and your whole
DFS is just different now. Like, sure, my intention was I probably was one of the only users in the pool who used Sims who moved 10% of the passes to Trey Lance and 5% of the rushes to Trey Lance. I would guess no one else 150 maxing. I would guess I was probably the only one that did that.
You and
So I should have been underweight Cooper Rush, and I don't know. I'd have to pull up my CSV to even
I'm
see
sure
if I
you
was.
were then if you did that.
But what do you want? What do you want me to do, man? Like it just the computer said play that lineup with Cooper Rush, so I said okay. You know,
The best part is Davis was trying to go in the Discord this morning, but couldn't get in. You were ready to go fight with this guy.
I did. I literally clicked the Discord button on Roto Grinders, and it takes me to a text channel with no posts in it. So I was like, I give up.
Yeah.
I'm not actually gonna do this.
Yeah, I mean, they stopped. They got rid of the Swolecast. They stopped paying for their Discord servers. You know, they really.
They're trying to protect you from getting in there.
Stop. Speaking of memberships, we do have memberships turned on. Today's show is the first live show where we have memberships turned on. So as you
Tyler,
can see,
is Tyler the first YouTube member ever on the Swolecast?
no.
Sorry, Tyler.
Yeah, but he's in the. Let's see. I think we have over 20 now. So, and we haven't even done really anything except for custom emojis and supporting the show. Davis and I will have a members only show on Thursday, 3 p.m.
Ask
Eastern.
David who the guest is.
Yeah, ask Davis if he can even be on the show like last week. I just can't do it. So, should be good, should be fun. We're going to have fun on Thursday's show. The normal hijinks that happens on today's show with the first look show is the same thing that's going to happen, except we're just going to be a little more refined in our takes and a little more polished.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah. Also, Tuttle gave out some crazy winners last week on the show for college football. And people said, hey, we'll donate a membership just for that if you keep on doing that, Tuttle. So listen, no pressure, but you need to come strong.
That's why I'm boots on the ground here at Kent State, Kent, Ohio, where the O10 Kent State take on a 2-8 Akron team. They're getting their first one of the season tonight, Dave. Plus 300, book it.
Wow.
Wow. That's not even a prop take.
I got the props for later. But I wanted to come out firing from boots on the ground in Kent, Ohio here.
Is it bad that like when I saw the Kent State, I thought this was some like political joke
demonstration,
about, like, 1970 shooting? I was like, what are you?
That's exactly what I thought, and then I realized Tuttle is not even woke enough to know that there was a shooting at Kent State University. Like Tuttle's like, what are you guys?
I knew that one. To be honest, I tried to get Mike Tyson's ass as my background. I covered him up wherever I went, so I had to go with the action instead.
That would have been very good.
That still would have been good. All right, we do have a slate to get into today, so we're going to set the table and do that with Mr. Overzet's overview.
Got that dog in the butt. Got that dog in the butt. Overzet overview. Come on.
All right, we've already trampled over a lot of my material, but we persist nevertheless. Make me full screen, Davis. Come on, produce this goddamn show. All right.
You tried producing this show when I got 19 other tabs open.
You guys can still have you guys in the boxes. You don't have to completely shadow. I need to see our reaction. Yeah.
This is not.
Never did I realize. Did I think that we would like miss Sosa so much?
For StreamYard 101.
Do you guys have any idea how many things I have open right now?
Davis, we do, because I'll see you in 8 different chats while we're doing the show. We're very aware of how you operate. All right. Kitchen shared his week 11 cash team with our paying subs on Sunday morning.
Did he?
I did.
Yes.
I completely missed that.
Some YouTube channels do perks for their members. The Swolecast does punishments. So seriously, Dave, how many points did that team score? Because I looked at it and it looked awful.
It didn't score a ton of points.
It probably scored more than the team that I swapped onto, though. I'm going to give him that. It probably did.
It had Winston and H-handed that I swear every other pick was.
Oh, yeah. I thought when Winston was going off, I was thinking, oh, this bit is going to be great on the show. And then it had Debo in it. It had a bunch of snowflakes.
Dave, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If only somebody heavily touted Jared Goff doubles last week, that would have been crazy.
Yep. But sorry, Tuttle. This is a forward-thinking show.
Show.
Kitchen, though, is going through a crisis of faith right now. You can tell he desperately wants to be on Blue Sky with all that sweet engagement, but he can't risk pissing off Eli. I did search for your name there, and I'm just like, this is so up Kitchen's alley, but he doesn't want to reach across the aisle.
It's
and join all
so
the
true. Oh God. If there was a right-wing Blue Sky that people were actually being like, I'm leaving, Dave would be on there so fast.
False. There was 4 years ago.
No,
there's been multiples.
True Social is a bit. People are taking Blue Sky.
No, but
very
there's something
seriously.
before that too. I mean, this
Gab.
always
Gab.
no,
Social,
it's something else.
All right. Davis is over there on Blue Sky, but like a true capitalist, he's just shilling links. He
That's it.
still saves the good shit for X. Like when he asked
Links
whether
only.
Davis, let me just get this joke off. He still saves the good shit for X. Like when he asked whether you'd rather have one low-owned shitty team in the best ball playoffs or 100 chalky ones. How did that tweet go, Davis?
Well, there does have to be an inflection point, right? Where you'd make the trade-off.
Yeah, I would just say you got to narrow that spread a little bit there.
Yeah.
Okay. Davis, though, has quickly pivoted his content focus to playoff best ball, where it takes him much longer to be wrong. I think that's a very smart pivot there, Davis.
The Chiefs can play shitty and still win me money in that format. So I think it might actually be GTO for me.
But like we mentioned at the top of the show, we do have something to celebrate in the world of Davis. He chopped a Showdown contest with 7 of his closest friends on DraftKings last night for a couple $1,000. Congrats, Davis. And I was talking with some people, and on behalf of all of your YouTube subs, is there any chance we can change that giveaway to a percentage of your winnings in the mini max instead? Because it might be the only way we get to do a giveaway.
Well, Peter, you know what the sick thing is I have 50 something % Taysom Hill on DraftKings in best ball, so I'm live for the wrong Millie. For the wrong Millie on DraftKings.
Yeah, you'll make that pivot to DraftKings influencer in a drop of a hat. I'm sure that'll be a seamless transition. In other news, Marvin Mims scored a touchdown this weekend in a moment that united the entire best ball community. For me, that touchdown justified drafting Mims as my wide receiver 8 on a bunch of teams. And for Gritty, it justified drafting him as his wide receiver 2. That's not even a joke. Gritty was victory lapping his wide receiver 2 Mims teams that are still lapping all of us.
Marvin Mims probably more points than Debo.
God. Dude, funny aside. So I was watching the Sunday games, and I had Debo, who's my most drafted guy on Battle Royale. And I said something like, come on, Debo. And April goes there, and she goes, what happened to Debo? She goes, what? And then later that night, she just looked at me when she got out of the bath and literally goes, what happened to Debo? I was like, well, he got cucked by Juwan Jennings, the wide receiver 1 on the night. That's what happened. As Dave mentioned, we are still in the process of landing a sponsor. We do have a few potential advertisers. They did ask us for an application and to include some of our recent DoorDash lineup. We've yet to hear back from any of them after getting them that pertinent information. But jokes aside, we did actually find a sponsor. And in a few minutes, we're going to be ripping open a pack. We got Grail Sneakers edition from our friends at NBA Top Shot. Your one-stop shop for NBA collectibles. Use promo code SWOLE when you hop in line to get it back. So no joke. Last night, I logged on to Top Shot because I was like, I want to see what the name of a pack is for this joke that I'm writing. I click over on my offers tab. I had a bunch of offers on Moms that I haven't seen or touched in years. I snap accepted 10 offers. And so it was the most money I've made working on the Swolecast in weeks. I literally went in and made money. So thank you for that joke, getting me to log on to Top Shot there.
They turned marketing on, dude.
Derek Lively, let's go.
They turned marketing on.
You know, I was in they kind of, when I was talking to their marketing team about the Swolecast sponsor, they were like, we're going to start with you guys, and then we're going to look for like the Chinese version of Swolecast, because if we could just get
If
the
we could
Chinese
just-
market.
I saw that tweet on my timeline yesterday, and I was, Peter, floored. I couldn't believe Derek Lively said what floor should I sweep tweet in 2024.
They're all floors, buddy. All right. There's like 2.5 good games on this slate. Everyone has mentally moved on to the Thanksgiving slate, where we will be jamming Tommy DeVito like the Lord intended. Back to you, Dave.
Really? No Jerry Judy jokes? No Kitchen was right all along jokes?
I don't
There's
know
always
if-
Kitchen was right jokes. It's the only
Okay.
type of Kitchen
Breaking
joke.
news. You can now find me on Blue Sky.
Dave.
What's the name? What's the name? David Kitchen Blue Sky?
No, that wouldn't fit. It's David
It's-
Kitchen BS.
It's still David Kitchen X, actually.
No, it's David Kitchen BS.
David Kitchen
Blue-
bullshit. All right.
For,
we'll
no,
find
for
it.
Blue Sky.
Oh, sure.
So
Dude, Elon's going to be so pissed when he finds out.
It is crazy though. Like, what is the logic for chasing famous people off your app with the killing of the links? It drives me nuts. Why can't I just tweet my links, dude? I would never be on another website ever.
Kitchen,
Tweet my
why are you
links.
following Davis and not me?
I didn't have time to search for whatever your handle was.
Well, I'm your first follower.
David Kitchen TS, but back when he made it, it stood for Top Shot.
I swear there was like a right wing social network.
Gab, dude.
Oh,
I'm
we
telling
believe
you.
you.
Instead of Blue Sky, it's Blue Lives Matter. Blue, the thin blue line.
Let me tell you, I am so glad we are past political season. I'm ready just to talk football.
Yeah, that's what
You
they
know?
say. Politics really only impacts your life every 4 years when it's on CNN. Parlor. There it was. Parlor.
That's
That
it.
was
I
it.
do remember that. Yeah.
That
There
was
we
it.
go. There we go.
Everyone left after Trump lost, and that now you can see just probably
Not to get
just
political. Not
yeah.
to get political on this Swolecast, Dave. You're chasing away. You know, Republicans buy shoes too.
Look, everybody buys shoes. Can we just all get along? That's what I'm saying. Let's talk about today's slate, Davis.
Well, David, I thought you would lead the show with this, but I am realizing that you have not looked at the prices. They
It's the first
decided-
look show.
That's literally what we do on this show, Davis, is look at
So-
the prices for the first time.
So DraftKings went back and they said, you know what? We are sick of all these losers playing two tight ends. We're done with needing to have an advanced computational science degree to generate winning lineups. And they just made everybody cheap. They just, whatever their algorithmic price was, they pressed the button to make everyone cheaper by 10%. The most expensive quarterback is $7,000. Christian McCaffrey is the only running back priced above $8,000.
Oh my
are
gosh.
only 2 wide receivers more expensive than $7,600, St. Brown and Jefferson. Travis Kelce is $6,000. No, I misspoke. $5,800 flat against the Panthers. Brian Robinson
That's
Jr.
fine.
I'm telling you, I know what they did, which is they were sick. They got some data that people were not playing. Contest must have overlaid something, and they said the making the pricing this efficient is turning off people who could be betting same game parlays if we could keep them on the site, and they made the pricing super cheap.
Do you
You
buy
might be
into
giving
that?
them too much credit.
Do you buy into that narrative, Tuttle?
No, that's way too much credit to
You think?
DK's to DK's product team. Yeah, no chance. They jammed a couple buttons and posted the slate. Is about all they do.
Some of these guys aren't that different than in past weeks. The quarterbacks are, I guess, would be the big difference.
The running back like
well,
DeAndre Swift-
what quarterback? So here we go. Let's play this game. Who are we pricing above 7K? That was your threshold, right?
Goff
What running
against-
backs are you moving above 8K on a normal week?
I would have expected Gibbs to be more expensive. I expected Walker to be more expensive. I expected
Gibbs
DeAndre
is
Swift
never-
to be more expensive.
Gibbs is basically at his
Well,
peak.
Let me tell you, from someone who tried to register 30 minutes before lineup lock on Sunday, there was no overlay.
There's never
So-
overlay. I don't know. Maybe I'm way off, and everyone is laughing at me. But
Davis,
I
I like that.
It's a good theory. It's just way too
Je-
much credit.
Jennings,
they actually
Juwan
care about their
Jennings
DFS
should be
product that much.
$9,000 DraftKings dollars. Juwan Jennings should be the most expensive player of the slate. He's 5,600. I'm going to play that dude in every lineup. Are you kidding me? I get Pete Calvin Johnson at 5,600, dude. Crazy.
All right.
I might be a little bit mad about Juwan Jennings, but please don't.
I'm not even going to play this week because DraftKings just really messed up the pricing, and I'm just going to sit out and protest until they fix it.
That's the end of the first look show. Thanks, guys.
Give should at least be 7,500. I'm out.
That's what I think is like none of the prices look that bad. They all just look a little cheap. That's not really what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you're saying that they got in a back room and there was some sort of directive that said, "Hey, guys, please."
I could see it if there was like you can't pick out a guy that should be higher than your thresholds realistically. Gibbs isn't going over 8K. There's no other quarterbacks right now you put over 7K. Mahomes
I'll give you some of the guys I was surprised at how cheap they were. Kareem Hunt, Brian Robinson Jr.
It's because nobody plays Kareem Hunt, even though he gets like 30 touches a game.
Yeah, I guess it's just me. Jaden Reed, DeAndre Hopkins, Jacoby Myers.
Don't get me started. Jacoby's terrible.
Roman Dunze.
Davis, you're not helping your case at all.
Yeah, you're really not.
Let's talk about quarterback.
All right, Lauren Lynch. The comments universally agree. The comments universally agree.
No.
Every commenter agrees with me. Let the record show.
No,
I want to highlight this comment. Okay, whatever. I'll eat it. I'm wrong. The Ayuk Diva Alpha Wars were all fought for naught. They were all fought for an independent third party to come in and be the shipper.
I should have just pivoted my messaging from Ayuk to Jennings quicker, and then I could have really hoisted you by your petard, Davis.
Buddy, you could have got me to book like anything you wanted, Jennings. You could have taken me to the cleaners more than you're taking me to the cleaners. By the way, in this Akers versus Steele bet, where somehow every week Akers looks like the worst running back in football, and then I look up on Red Zone and he's somehow in the end zone.
You know what? I got to work on my prop bet game selection because I'm getting dusted in my bet with Pat with our Jalen Hyatt versus Darius Slayton. But my stuff with you, man, I'm always getting it in good. So I gotta be better with my game selection.
Yeah, look, anytime you can get a guy who gets traded for a conditional 256th overall pick in Run Pierre, you got to do it.
Hey,
you'll always have the Sam Sherman tweet thread about Carson Steele snaps to help you sleep easy at night.
That was peak Sam Sherman.
Just to let you guys know, Davis lost another war. It was the audio listeners war. So we are back up on the Swolecast podcast.
It's not like how did I lose that war? I never didn't want the podcast to be
I will say Davis played it off like he was forgetting to send Kitchen the audio, and the more I thought about it, I was like, Davis is trying to prove a point. He's trying to wring out a few more YouTube views before he gets.
So right there, that is you giving me too much credit. I just gave DraftKings too much credit. The thing is again, I've got 900 things going on. Dave's texting me in the middle of my 9th podcast recording of the day, and I'm like, yeah, eventually I'll get there.
I mean, it'd be different if it was just one time.
Here's a little lesson in productivity, Davis. When something just takes 2 seconds, you do it right away. Kitchen asked for some headshots earlier. Yeah. I didn't put it on a to-do list. I didn't wait to forget. I just sent him the goddamn headshot. So he can move on.
Those headshots were bad, by the way. Davis only sent me one headshot, and so I'm just counting on Tuttle to be
imagine having headshots. That is not this guy.
What is wrong? I gave you 3 fun options. There was pro, there was silly, there was AI
I just want headshots so I can put you in. Do you know? It took me way too long to try to crop out your strap on the farmer pick to put you in a Sherlock pick. I made your head too small.
About Magic Studio background remover, brother. Dave doesn't know Canva, bro.
it's Photoshop, but it's different when the foreground there's a strap right here.
Tell me next time if you tell me that this is for purposes of photoshopping. I thought you just wanted a headshot to like put on a banner or something.
I'm saying whatever headshots you have, send to me. I know you have more than those 3.
All right, I'll send you a fucking 1,000 photos of myself, Dave.
Please.
Sorry.
You're acting like that's some sort of punishment for me. I would love it.
Okay, I'll send you my entire goddamn library.
That's also what you are spicy.
You need to learn Canva, Dave.
Remember when Davis was banning everybody left and right last week, and then he was just letting this guy say,
"That's why
I'm
views are
teasing
down
relentlessly on the stream."
Well, I see no issue with that. That's not a personal attack on me.
Listen, Photoshop has all the power in the world. If it wanted to go and dumb down the features, it would be Canva, just like this DraftKings pricing tier. Let's get into the quarterbacks, please, at the 27-minute mark, Davis, because I know
need timestamps for this one.
People enjoy. By the way, that would have been a terrible timestamp. People would have clicked on that timestamp and they would have been like, "Well, that's wrong because it's at 25:57."
Oh, forgot you started a minute late. All right, so let's start on quarterbacks. Pete, get us back on track, please.
Yeah, so one of the big riddles is just like where you're at on Jaden Daniels. He clearly hasn't been the same since the rib thing, but then the team's coming out and saying the rib thing isn't an issue and he's completely fine. He doesn't look fine to me. His rushing yards are way down. The thing that stands out to me is this Geno Smith price. And I know we've been Geno Smith fans around here in previous weeks, but at 5,700 home versus Arizona, I think that's my favorite game of the week, and really liking the Geno price there.
Damn, do you not know ball, bro? His center literally retired, man.
So how did that impact things last week?
He's terrible. It's awful.
No, JSN dropped 25. Metcalf looked fine.
Yeah,
who's going to get back? The center was bad. Like you're actually worrying about that?
That was his worst YPA game of the season.
The 49ers have one of the best pass defenses in the league. They have negative boost for
it was his actually I was looking at the adjusted number. That was his second worst YPA.
You becoming a DVP offensive line, like what happened to you, Davis?
Are you a little bit worried about the 12th man there for Arizona?
No, if you think about it, the center being out, I mean, it's just so you don't really have to know ball, but the center is the guy who's responsible for calling out the protections.
Davis, what happened to Patrick Mahomes being the second highest priced quarterback despite not producing at all? Why didn't DraftKings lower his price along with everybody else's?
Yeah, he's just bad, I guess. Is the deal. He can't. I think he's still really good short and intermediate, but he misses every deep throw. What was his last completed deep pass was in week 4 against the Chargers. He has the lowest deep ball rate in the entire league.
Gosh.
5% of his throws. I think I'd have to check. Last time I looked, he had the lowest average depth of target in football. He might be passed by like Gardner Minshew or something now, but he is he's not very good. And you could play him this week if you think that they don't score any touchdowns inside the 5-yard line. Like it would all have to be, because that's been the big thing with them, is that they used to do these like little pop passes and things around the goal line, and now those are just all rushing touchdowns. And we saw last week, Noah Gray got one of the things that would have been a pop pass. So I don't know.
All right.
Do they care enough to give him like a good game to be like, all right, pad your stats this time?
No, I don't think they
do.
Or
is it just like, we don't care?
Yeah,
we're
as
just
long
keep
as
winning.
Right. They're past that. Like they have nothing to prove as far as Mahomes. If they're losing, maybe like a get right game, but no, I think it's whatever's winning. Let's talk about the opposite end from the second highest to lowest. DeVito is legit 4K. So I know you probably don't need it, but you could do some fun stuff with the DeVito neighbors stack.
So
Bucks have been bad.
Davis goes on and talks about how much they suppress salary this week, and then Dave instantly comes back on and hey, play this guy that's going to get you 10 DK points. He'll save you $400 from all the legitimate options.
You do not know he's going to get you 10 DK points. So
that might be ceiling game.
He's terrible, Dave.
What did he do last year? What were the game logs he did last year? Because he had like that one good island game, right? Whereas Agent was on the sideline.
I want to say he ran a touchdown in one of the games. Here, I'll look.
He's mobile. That was him in college, right? He actually ran the ball a decent amount.
Was it against the Raiders? He had a decent game or something? Can't remember.
He had 10 for 71 rushing against Green Bay. He had one rushing touchdown against the Jets. Yet, Dave, he was awful, man. He had 3 passing touchdowns against the Commanders.
There you go. That was it.
I do kind of miss where like playing a really shitty quarterback was actually like you could pass it off as justifiable strategy. And that was before any potential pricing, but like you can't do it anymore. You just sacrifice.
Rush is only $5,000, Davis.
I'm probably not going to play Cooper Rush, but stay tuned. I've said that before. So stay tuned.
Yeah,
I'm not going to play Cooper Rush.
Even Siri's not on board with that one.
Okay, well, give us some good plays, and why are we considering Bo Nix among those good plays?
Because he's just
crazy.
Awesome.
It's crazy the run he's been on.
Yeah, he's good, man. 6,300 at Las Vegas seems fine to me.
Okay, Peter, what are some other quarterbacks you're interested in?
No, I think it's Davis because my picks. I don't know ball when I talk about. There really are like only 2 good games this week. The Green Bay San Francisco game looks hot to me. I'm interested. I know he's expensive, but I still like the idea of going back to the Jordan Love stuff. I don't think people are going to really be on it after this kind of stretch where it hasn't really hit, but I still feel like that offense is always a powder keg if they get pushed, because that's been the issue. They want to establish it with Jacobs. I don't know if they're going to be able to do that against the Niners, and we might get a shit ton of Love pass attempts here. Maybe boots on the ground Tuttle can either rubber stamp or neg that take.
It's coming soon. I would be okay if it was 1 week later for the Thanksgiving late slate hammer with Miami. But yeah, I mean the Green Bay game's coming soon. It's just a matter of when. Quarterback wise, I think people will go to the Colts game. They'll run the goof doubles back. They'll run.
Where do they get their ideas?
Game.
That's the Chase game right there.
Yeah, I think it's good. So it's definitely a chase spot, but we see. I mean, Detroit and this is kind of my point last week. They DGAF. They're going to score. They're going to score, and they're going to keep their starters in up 40 points.
They scored a touchdown, 7 straight drives. Then they put Hooker in, and they got a field goal. And then the final drive, they ran the clock out. 0 punts for the Detroit Lions against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'll say this. You think I'm not chasing Anthony Richardson? You're a gosh darn fool, bro. You think I'm not? You think I'm gonna watch that man shrug off a defensive lineman and then shoulder a defensive back to score a 2-yard touchdown? You think I'm passing that? Not a chance in heck, dude. No way.
Okay. Let's create a team. I mean, we'll see. Let's see this first look show what this team is going to look like. Because this is like normie lineups. No Hurts, no Lamar, no Josh Allen.
Why does that normies don't play rushing quarterbacks?
Well, I'm saying you can't play the alpha quarterbacks.
By the way, Dave just explained why we don't have quarterbacks above 7K this slate.
Yeah. Well,
you
could believe that, or you could believe that there was a backroom meeting where execs who are highly focused on DFS told the salary makers, enough is enough.
Also, I want to announce where we're putting this lineup because we did make a pivot last week to the Miller Lite contest. That didn't work out well for us, but we have a new contender that I'm pretty excited about. We got the 5K Enterprise Drive for the Prize football series here. $5,000 prize pool. I think Enterprise guys, they might pick our lineups up.
Wow. Wow, Peter. I
Good
love to
one.
see it. So I'm actually just going to play this in cash. This is the massive $25 double up. I'm just going to straight submit this in cash. Just, no sweat.
So we'll play this one maybe a little bit more conservative. Let's go Cooper Kush.
Dude,
Cooper Rush.
This guy splits the mini max, has 4K in his account, and is just ready to punt off $25 for the bit. Look at this. Burned a hole in his pocket.
To be frank, I already had this up. I just already had this tab up, and it was easy. It was easy to flex over. But I will be playing this. I will be playing this lineup in the massive $25 double up. Please do not fact check me on that. Please do not find my lineup in the CSV and fact check me.
Let's yeah, we know how you feel about fact checking. Trust me, pal. Go ahead and start us off.
All right, I'm gonna take Drake May, and I will let.
We didn't even talk about Drake May.
Yeah, you're only allowed to put plays in that we previously mentioned on the
show.
So
why would
I'm on board with it.
Why would you not talk about quarterbacks you like, Drake May, and then all of a sudden put him in your lineup?
Well, Dave, I don't know if you know this. It's sort of a first look show. We're kind of trying to go through the slate, just kind of seeing what's happening.
Right.
You
Well,
know?
tell us why you like Drake May then. I mean, let's get off the disingenuous thing. You're not exactly adding or dispelling the narrative that is out there right now.
I think that the Miami defense is pretty weak. Anytime they've gotten like slightly pushed, they've fallen right over. Like my very clumsy puppy. Drake May is running. His bad game came against Chicago. Whatever. He got a concussion against the Jets. So he's averaging in non-Chicago Bears starts, which is literally the number one defense in the NFL. In EPA per play, he's averaging over 18 fantasy points actually over 19 fantasy points per game. And in the context of the slate, you can take one of his cheapies with him and then play whoever you want. You could do possibly is Kayshon Boutte. I was saying this on the Gilcast. I think he's the worst chalk of all time. I think Kayshon Boutte is arguably the worst ever.
This week.
He eventually got 5 points, which is
I'm saying pre-lock, he was the worst ever chalk play.
There's been a lot of bad chalk plays.
Slightly disagree. I don't know.
Had 100% of the routes, had 16% of the targets. It was fine.
Wasn't he on the field more than we thought he would be, honestly?
Yeah.
No, he played 98% last week and 100% last week. The thing was Bourne was going to play. The coaching staff said Bourne was going to play. I mean, honestly, Davis Allen as chalk, pretty close. Chalky Tucky is correct.
Yeah, that's like,
two of the worst ever
both
chalk plays.
Both in my cash game lineup.
when you could have just played January season, Dave. You could have played Johnny Smith over.
There's so many. Or just Taysom. We talked about Taysom last week on the show.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Drake May though. I like Drake May.
Okay. All right. I'm going to step in and just say if Drake May is viable, that means that Miami's got to score some points, and let's go Tyreek. I'm not quitting this man.
I mean, Tyreek every week is like 4% owned, and no one's gotten punished.
Okay.
So shout out to them.
Tuttle.
It's gonna be boring. We're gonna go C-Mac.
Wow, where do you get your ideas, dude?
Damn, play the good plays here.
That might box me out of my play. You guys are spending all the money. I still am gonna do it though because
luckily prices are way down.
Well, would we have to swap out Drake May for Tommy Cutlets? This will all work out. I just don't know if I can look my nearly 2-year-old daughter in the eye again when she asked me what happened to Debo. And if he's not in my cash game lineup in my first look lineup here at 6,500 on the Swolecast.
Oh my
I'm gonna tell her,
gosh.
Let's do
you
it.
put Debo Samuel. And this is how you beat the mush. You put him in early. Keep martingaling. Never give up.
Man,
Boy.
man, oh man. Gotta be honest, I don't like it.
Tuttle, what's the
Well-
weather going to be like in Green Bay? Because it's about to start getting cold, right?
Define cold.
Well,
Worried about
freezing?
offensive linemen, cold in Green
Let me
Bay.
see. We're in like the 50s here lately,
okay, that's fine.
but it
Just worried
might
about Debo.
it's set up to drop soon though.
All right. Davis, you're up.
Well, I was gonna do A-Chain as the bring back, but trying to decide if I want to do Bourne or Henry. I haven't really gotten that deep in tight end yet, so I will do Kendrick Bourne for 3.6 DraftKings dollars. If you want to do the Kayshon Boutte flop leg, you can do the Kayshon Boutte flop leg. But yeah, the Debo thing, man. Can I just ask Peter a question real quick? Aren't we worried that like when the efficiency guys lose the efficiency, it tends to not come back? I don't know. That's kind of
I think Debo is the same play he's always been. He's extremely volatile. Jawan Jennings is essentially plays a different position than
Correct.
Debo. And when he hits in these crazy game environments, he's going to speed up the game. He's going to have big plays, and it's going to look so obvious in hindsight. Like, why did we just all ignore Debo? Because he had a few bad games.
Yeah. All right.
I'm going to highlight some of the member comments. B-Driz says Fat Keenan next.
Yeah, that let me tell you, Tyreek Hill, Debo Samuel, Keenan Allen is the all copium team. That's the all. I drafted this guy and I start him in my office league every week, and I keep losing lineup for sure.
Honestly, for me, it'd be 54 FK Coolers. It would be 5,400 D-Hop versus Panthers. Because I thought he was going to go off last. He might have been in the cash game lineup last week as well. Definitely in the tournament lineup. All right. So we need a running back right now. Tight end, flex, and DST.
Kitchen,
Let's go.
you normally do good kind of when you pick a defense here for
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking the exact same thing, Pete. Good call. Kitchen's really good at those defenses.
I have been picking some defenses on fire lately. All right, let's scroll down the defensive list.
I forget. I already looked at one. There's going to be a chalk one.
Is it going to be what are the
Bears?
Bucks?
The Bears, $2,500 best defense in the NFL, home versus Darnold.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. So Davis picks
what is
the
that?
Bears.
5,400 remaining. So we'll have
We
to go a
can,
little cheap at
we
tight
can
end.
get through here, I think.
Yeah.
I don't have a strong take though. Do we have any-
Should we just double May with Henry?
I did consider that.
I like Komet. I like Kraft. I like Henry. I like Hawkinson.
Yeah.
Kraft is a little bring back on the Green Bay stuff or San Francisco stuff. Sounds fine.
Yeah. And I'm not
Kraft.
taking anything last year really, or last week. Like the Packers literally ran 44 plays on offense. It's like 55% of a normal or 65% of like a normal game.
So Ferguson, what did
Can we
didn't
get rid of McCaffrey? Can we do
No.
a player who doesn't have Achilles tendonitis, or
okay?
Nope.
Can I offer up another take?
you can?
Please, good.
Schoonmaker, 2,500.
All right, thank you for your input.
Well, if
It's gonna be a
Ferguson's
no
not
for me,
playing,
What about
He's-
Barner? You know, we're not worried about the center. Let's do AJ Barner.
I think Schoonmaker's a
Fine.
better play.
Why is the second tight end? You think Ferguson's just done?
Why do we
You know
even
what
need to
happens?
go
10
this
targets,
low?
baby.
We can play
Ferguson-
Kraft and still have 6,100 for these two spots.
Ferguson got concussed, Davis, on a short week, and if you're not
Kraft.
familiar,
We're gonna play Kraft. We have two 49ers. who really negatively correlate. So let's.
All right, members, stay tuned for the cash game lineup, which could feature a very own Luke Schoonmaker.
Luke Schoonmaker.
What if
whose turn
Dave's
is
ahead
it?
of the time here?
He could be. What if Luke Schoonmaker is our generation's Davis Allen? I've thought about it.
I'm just
Seriously,
saying.
I don't
there's-
mind the play, honestly.
There's no way Ferguson plays this week. He had a concussion. He's not playing on a short week. This is the
Okay.
first look show. I'm giving the people what they want.
Who's the other guy?
Okay.
Spam Ford or whatever.
Let's
Get ready
finish
to
this
learn him.
lineup, and depending on if we need the 1400 or not, we'll do Kraft or Schoonmaker.
All right. We're about to talk about running backs. So someone give me some running back that's
Brian
good this
Robinson
week
Jr. Best points per dollar play of the slate.
and pairs perfectly with Schoonmaker.
Pairs perfectly with Schoonmaker. We have 6,700 at flex.
We could get
Aaron
What
Jones, James Conner, DK Metcalf, Tank Dell. No, thank you. JSN. Brock Bowers on pace to break the rookie receptions record. Kind of interesting.
This is a rough spot to be in. I think the Brian Robinson pick was unnecessary.
Why? It's taking us 19 minutes to build this
know.
lineup, dude.
Listen,
Be
this is-
decisive. Why is everyone waffling?
Yeah, dude, let's play Montgomery. Let's go touchdown
There
hunting
we go.
in that. in
There
that
we
game.
go.
All right, let's talk about running backs now.
B. Robin Montgomery. This is we're gonna run the damn ball. We are
Tuttle,
running
Tuttle,
It
the
is a-
damn ball.
Who's on
Yeah.
the Sweden sweats today?
After
Oh, I haven't looked
After
yet. I'm
Davis
only
played
playing
Rush
the,
yesterday, it's no surprise he's looking for the run-heavy
Showdown.
running backs on DraftKings.com.
It's true. It's true.
Eight chance 7,500, Gibbs 7,300, Montgomery 6,700. I mean, Kenneth Walker 6,900.
Dude, don't you know his center is injured? How could you possibly play him? on his center?
God, this is the most fake sharp talking point of the week, Davis.
What can you
The
do?
dude
man?
was playing. He was going to get benched anyways. He wasn't. It's not like he was a good center. Like he retired for a reason. No one's just like crushing their job and like, I'm out.
It sounded like you're gonna feel like a dick because it sounded like something gnarly went on in his personal life, which
It
is
is.
why he
Correct.
retired. So
Oh.
thanks, Peter.
All right, let me go pull up some PFF O line grades and let you know how big of a non-story this is for you.
I mean, Brian Robinson Jr. against this Dallas team, like what at what ownership does he become not good? Like,
Are we gonna do this like Audric Estime last week?
no,
Oh,
this
God.
is not
Oh.
even close to the same thing. Although that I think was an
Tuttle and
interesting
Kitchen
discussion.
won that one last week. We spent
Yeah.
way too much time talking
I
about
had
it. but
a,
you're right.
This will be good. I had a Lions triple stack that I played Audric Estime and flex instead of Taysom Hill after putting Taysom Hill in the flex and clicking the button on the solver and being like, well, it looks all right. What if we do it with Estime? And it liked it a little bit more with Estime. So shout out to me.
Yeah, he was in my best lineup.
How
Not
about
good.
this for a running back take? The David Kitchens of the world are going to get distracted by Tommy
Yeah.
Cutlets and forget about Tyrone Tracy Jr. They're going to
Yeah.
establish it on the ground to make, not put too much on Cutlets' plate. Tyrone Tracy, clear lead back there, explosive, fun as hell, going to catch some passes, give you a chance at
I
a
was
big
about to
play.
say, yeah,
Tyrone Tracy.
I like it.
Pete, I like that a good bit. That is strong.
Yeah, I'll let the O-line, it's been a little shaky. Definitely gives
Well,
it-
Andrew Thomas, dude. Andrew, let me tell you, schematically, they put Andrew Thomas on an island, and when Andrew Thomas left, that changed the whole passing game. So the late developing routes from Malik Neighbors are no longer a part of the offense. That was me being
How's
Tony
Tampa Bay
Romo.
against the zone run though? That's the real question. here.
Mm.
Well, I mean, the thing about Bowles is he's just long been a devotee of the run blitz. That's the big but Bowles loves the zero blitz. It's kind of his calling card as a defensive coordinator. So theoretically, they'd be very good. Again, that's actually true, by the way. I didn't make that up.
I like it.
I love it was like a bit that was true.
It is theoretically they would be very good against it, but I'll say this. No one can stop me from this. This is about as bad as it gets. I am going to play at least one Kareem Hunt team at 5,700 because
That's fine.
this injury that Pacheco has, dude, it's the same thing that made Tony Pollard turn into like the worst running back in the NFL a full year later. Mark Andrews, awful. Who's the other guy who had it? There's one more.
Oh, I know who you're talking about, but yeah, I don't remember.
Pollard, Andrews, and someone else who's also bad or was bad. I find it hard to believe a dude's going to come back from a broken leg and be anything. Tank Dell. There we go. More evidence of Tank Dell last night, by the way. More evidence of Tank Dell.
If you're playing Kareem Hunt, let me give some, I guess, points for Tony Pollard this week. Tajay Spears in concussion protocol. I don't think he's going to play. They're probably going to get down to Houston. They're going to have to pass some. He's the only guy they have.
You think they might trail to Houston?
You just never.
Although, like you're making the case for Julius Chestnut here.
To your point, Dave. The Titans are so bad they can't pull away from anyone. So,
yeah,
I like it actually.
Okay. Any other hot, spicy running back takes, Tuttle? Also, just a reminder: we need your terrible take, and we need some sort of
terrible
action
take
props.
is no more. I do have props ready to roll.
Terrible take.
You're retiring the terrible take.
It's retired. It's run the bit.
That was owned by Better Collective.
Yeah,
no,
BCS,
it was no.
The collective
we lost that in the IP wars.
Because when I was going back to old assets, like the terrible take was like back into 2014. Like Pete,
so
when
back
he
in
did
2014, people didn't know how to read PFF and know who just was like going to be on the field. And so you could just be like, okay, this guy's actually playing, and use him as a terrible take that people haven't heard of before. And now it's just like we get these freaking utilization reports from Pete in his company. And
Demir Bird, dude. Demir Bird would have been chalk. Demir Bird would have been chalk, brother.
Do you know the thing, Tuttle, I still most associate you with when I hear your name? Like one of the first things that pops to my head is that one Showdown slate, or maybe it was a full slate where you ran a 150 set with JD McKissick.
I completely agree. It was.
I always think of that. Yeah.
It was a 2-game slate on FanDuel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a night slate or something. That was fun. Those were the days, the good old days.
Okay. Any other running backs before we move on to receiver?
So the Seattle game has running backs you can play for sure. We never like talk about James Conner.
No one ever does
because he's
kind of boring, but like he just gets the job done. He's playable for sure.
Yeah, I would also say as some of the regime changes, Swift did not get hurt by the new OC. I don't think he got as many goal line touches.
He didn't get any.
Yeah, he got one inside the 5. And I think Roshan got 3, but Swift got more carries.
Eberflus said that's about how they're going to do it forward. 14 touches for Swift, 10 for Roshan.
So again, long runs for Swift. I think he is
Aaron Jones is just northern James Conner. Like 15 to 20 touches, will leave the game to the medical tent.
Oh my gosh.
One time every game. Yeah. Imagine the season Aaron Jones would be having if he just stopped going to the medical tent once a game.
All right. I think we've touted all the running backs. Let's move on to wide receiver at the 54-minute mark, Davis. We're a little bit behind.
Not this show.
I feel like Jeff wants a touchdown so bad this week, but
I good things are not allowed to happen to me. So like, we're just never getting the Justin Jefferson game. It's just never happening. We're never at the 11 for 212 game. It's not happening, man.
Dave, okay. I need the scouting report here. What's the Tennessee scouting report? How can we pick Tennessee apart? Are we doing it through the air? Are we doing it on the ground?
Yes. You're not good. You're not doing it to the ground. It's all through the air. So I was going to suggest Nico.
Playing time was down a little bit, right? First game back, but I think
I'm full go. Nico Collins, 44% of snaps.
They
Yeah,
also didn't need
Collins.
him to be full go last night.
Yeah.
Not saying they'll need him to be full
That touchdown
against the
callback was just
Oh.
so tilting.
And speaking of that game, the Ridley touchdown called back by the Phantom, whatever it was, cost me my touchdown boost on FanDuel. I was tilting
Wow.
so hard.
Same
Not the
game
touchdown
parlay,
boost.
Dave. Not the touchdown boost. By the way, legal
Brother, it was
betting in Missouri in like a week. Can't wait.
It was.
I'm gonna
it
become a
was like-
sports betting guy like Dave.
It was like a 900 swing. Like it was a big swing. So
Some
I-
people are saying the 2024 fantasy football season in a nutshell is a 77-yard touchdown for Nico Collins called back so that Joe Mixon can walk into the end zone untouched.
That was
Some people are saying it.
Davis, this is from one of our members, Historical Anomaly, says Davis banks last night and claims this morning that nothing good ever happens for him. This is like, again,
Let me tell you,
that point,
a $2,300
it's when he sells a-
showdown win
sells a
is
digital
drop in
moment
the
for
bucket.
$20,000 and then says worst day of his life, selling the Tyler Hero moment. Like the guy doesn't.
Well, I was lore building with that tweet and it worked.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Receivers that you like: Marvin Harrison Jr. 6,100.
Nico or Stroud double stack. Throw some Tank Dell in there. Mechie's look good. I think you could have a Stroud double stack.
Do we really
game.
want to do that? Like, I'm not hating on it, but like, what would have
been
to
terrible.
happen to get CJ Stroud to 311 passing yards?
Yeah, I mean, it would have to be an outlier. It seems like that's something we're looking for in GPPs, though. Is maybe like an outlier performance,
Like an outlier performance
that other people aren't on. I think that's how you win the most money.
All right, let me propose to you 2 double stacks at lower ownerships that you can attempt to do. CJ Stroud, Nico Collins, and Tank Dell, or Sam Darnold, Justin Jefferson, and TJ Hawkinson.
I like my Stroud better, but
Okay.
I don't think Minnesota's not like whatever. I don't know.
No,
it's a bad spot for Minnesota.
Yeah, I don't love the. I'd rather be on. I don't know if this could be chalk. I'd rather be on the Geno doubles. The Geno doubles look pretty sexy there.
No, dude. Once Evan Silva goes on the ETR game by game podcast and talks for 7 minutes about how Connor Williams has been in the trenches, like it's all over for the Seahawks. He's gonna have Leone. He's gonna have Leone do a manual negative doc on the entire Seahawks offense. Like it's over for the Seahawks, bro.
Hey, Tuttle, while you're giving spicy takes, who's the Green Bay receiver to target this week?
I mean, I'd keep chasing Reed, even though he's been terrible.
He hasn't been. He would have giga smashed last week. He had 10 points on the first drive.
Yeah, we got the Gold Star lock tweet, and then he didn't have a single point after that.
Well, I didn't.
He just had to mush the production.
Here's the deal. I was unaware that the Bears' game plan was going to be to have 3 separate 10-minute drives. If I would have known that, I would have reconsidered. Truly, I would have.
All right. Offensive changes. You got Neighbors coming off a bye week. Could pepper him with targets. Yay
This
or
would be
nay,
hilarious if he smashed this week. Honestly, I chased him the last 2 starts.
Same.
The last 2 games.
I think I've chased him every game. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And then DJ Moore last week definitely seemed like he was in the plans early.
It was a really good role for him. Yeah, they're using him. They're using him like a real player again. I'm into it.
Okay.
Did you know that technically, which is the best kind of true, Roma Dunze leads the Bears in receiving yards?
Okay.
Packer doubles are a good one. Somebody said that
Packer
in chat.
doubles, and as much as I love Debo, this price on Juwan Jennings is still absurd. He's going to be mega chalk, but I don't know how they kept this price here.
Well, hoisted by the PFF grade petard.
I don't think he's going to be chalk though because of the people around him. Like he's just stuck right in the middle.
Jennings?
Yeah.
How can I bet that?
What
How
was
can
his
I bet
ownership
that?
last week?
30%.
30% in the SPY.
And he was on every winning lineup.
Okay. If Kittle plays this week, you think he is going to be chalk?
He'll be the most owned wide receiver.
No
I
way.
think so. It's pretty. He should be 6,400 after
No way.
last week. But DraftKings, whoever these shadowy figures in this meeting,
Yeah,
you know,
Ron,
they really-
we're sort of thinking the Thursday members only show is just going to kind of be me and Dave.
Can
We're
you
just gonna
imagine
be-
Dave breaking down O-line?
We're just gonna. We think we were kind of just gonna break down the film. Like we're gonna do like a developmental prospect every week and kind of just get into the real nitty gritty of O-line technique. I will. This is the first time I've mentioned this player since
This
week
season?
3. Since
Okay.
week 3. The first time I mentioned this player in this program. Xavier Worthy, $5,000 against the Carolina
Oh.
Panthers.
Gosh.
Did they widen the field?
Could we get him to just get a smidgen of proproprioception?
Didn't
just
the Chiefs just sign another
here's
receiver?
the thing. I asked Davis about like KC motivation, or like if they want to get Mahomes like a decent game. And I think the resounding answer was they don't really give a shit. I could see them giving a shit about getting their rookie some confidence.
No, because
this
it's
is
the
the spot to
same.
do it.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing with Rashee Rice. They knew there was no chance they were ever winning the Super Bowl if they could not get Rashee Rice integrated. Let's see if there's a comparable for this game for them last year. I wonder if they had like some cupcake opponent that they let Rice go nuts against.
Yeah, see, I like this call. I think it's
They
I love the spots where that you can just do whatever you want. So you pick the guy that you
last
think that-
year against the Raiders in a 31-17 victory, they gave him 10 targets, 107 yards, and a touchdown. It would be nice
right,
symmetry if it was
All
the
right.
same week. It is
You
the
have to-
exact same week. It is week 12. There's your symmetry. If you're a numerology
Cool.
bro, there you
You
go.
have to choose a receiver in that Seattle Arizona game, JSN or Marvin Harrison Jr.
Ownership stuff. I'm going MHJ.
Yeah, it will come down to ownership. In a vacuum, though, give me JSN.
Same.
Wow, Pete
All
is
right.
all the way back in.
How could you not?
I love
be?
it. I love it.
He's had 6 or
Because-
more targets in 7
my-
straight games.
I'm
guys
I'm
should
the
see-
boy.
spot.
Go ahead.
I'm the boy who's cried wolf about JSN, like in each direction. I've been like, JSN mid-jigba, JSN is back, JSN's the alpha, JSN's terrible. Like, I have no credibility on JSN.
My
I
best ball
want,
bags are coming back to life in real time with
All right,
Judy
I'm gonna
and
I'm gonna
JSN
fact check that.
on DraftKings.
I'm checking. Hold on. I'm gonna check the chain. Wait. Honestly, I'm checking the chain. Dave, 5 is a lot more than 0, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm
Hey,
checking. I'm
I had
checking the
7
chain, and
at
I'm
one
liking what I'm
point.
seeing.
At 7 at one point after that Judy touchdown.
You are expected to lose 1.3 teams on average, though.
Nah, they don't. What do
All
they
right,
know?
Pete has a hard out, so let's keep it going.
Yeah, I got a hard out. Let's
Yeah,
move to the
hard
tight end position
Wow.
where I
this,
like
I
Trey
like that.
McBride.
Tuttle is
I like
decapitated
Trey
now.
McBride over MHJ for the Arizona exposure. Personally,
I like it.
Tuttle, is it true you're given a couple of props in the members only channel?
No, he's
No,
gonna
at the
give
end
it
of
to.
the-
He's
at the end of the stream.
yeah, he's gonna give it to us. I'll mention a couple of my favorite tight end plays. I do like Cole Kmet in that game. I do like TJ Hawkinson, and God forgive me. Shouldn't Brock Bowers just be like 7,500? I mean, my like this guy's unbelievable. They're not even competitive in these games. It just doesn't even matter. Like there's just nothing you can do with Brock Bowers.
Is
Nothing.
16 targets good for a tight end? People want to know.
We're looking into it. We're
Um,
looking into it.
We are looking into it.
Davis, I do think this is a Hawkinson week.
Josh Oliver hurt his ankle, so they might
Yeah,
just not have
I don't.
any
Yeah,
chance
I
to
don't think he's
accelerate.
playing. Yeah, I think.
Well, they can
Oliver-
always what they do is they have not had Hawkinson playing in 11 personnel. They've had Oliver or Munt playing in 11 personnel. They've been benching Jalen Naylor and playing a ton of 12 and only using Hawkinson in 12. His route share was good, but he played fewer total snaps than Oliver. I believe he had like a 65% route participation, but obviously very high targets per route run.
Rusty Shackelford's about to get banned. Judy had a 90-yard TD and barely put up 20. Brother, he had 6 and 142 and a TD. Got the bonus and everything. Come on, man.
He plays. He
He
plays.
put up 30 points.
He
Sounds
plays
like
on. He's trying to come up with a fantasy up. I don't know. I was trying to come up with a fun old school. He plays
Fantasy
on
Up.
He plays on Yahoo,
Okay.
dude.
That
can,
was
like,
Dan
cool.
Yahoo. That was Dan
Yeah.
or Dan Wahoo.
Wahoo.
He played on his own site.
He played on some are saying
No,
that's
there's a
bad.
lot of anger in the
Yeah.
Cedric Tillman chalk slappy comments this week. You can quickly see who played Cedric Tillman this week based on their comments. That
Oh,
guy
yeah.
played Cedric Tillman.
Oh yeah. Any tight end takes, Pete?
I like the Trey McBride. I like the Kraft. I obviously just like those two games a lot in the McBride call as well. Those are going to be the two games I'm pretty focused on.
What
this
about
week.
the Schoonmaker call? Do you like that one? Is it too
No,
early
because
for
it's
you?
very speculative, and
You have
like
to
I
dive
said, you're gonna
into it.
Get ready to learn Spam Ford or whatever his name is, buddy.
Brevin Spanford is just a blocker. He went to the University of Minnesota. Schoonmaker more of a receiver.
Yeah, just like Davis Allen was more of a receiver heading into that game, and then turned into more of a blocker in Sunday. So these things can change quickly.
Yeah.
No, Davis Allen led the tight ends in routes run. They went back to 12.
Colby Parkinson got the touchdown. What a
No,
gun.
actually, guy.
You know
Davis
what?
Maddock.
You know what's sick? This is such DFS niche tilt. That game cut to red zone, and I saw Stafford rolling out to his left to do it, and Allen was leaking. Like I saw the 87, and I was like, "Oh my god, did Davis Allen score a touchdown?" And then I see instead of throwing the pass to the leaker, Stafford continues to drop back, and I was like, I didn't even have to know where the play was going to know where the play was going. I was like, this is going to be Hunter Long or Colby Parkinson 1,000,000,000%.
All right. Appreciate everyone tuning in to Swolecast. We got to wrap things up right now. Pete's got a heart out. We got 2 minutes left. So, Tuttle, are you?
They took down. This is what I'm scrambling for. They took down the one I put on scores and odds earlier this morning.
Kai Thomas,
which was Jordan Simmons. They had him at, what did I post him at?
It's a good reason to subscribe to.
Jordan Simmons was at 65.5, and they took him completely off the board. I have him projected for about 89 yards, so they were quite low on that one. The other ones I got a bad line on this one. I like it where it is now even better. Christian McCray for Kent State. I got it at 54. It's moving against me. So if you guys he's down to 50.5.
If you're an RLM, bro.
Yeah, if you're all about the line movement, you may want to fade me on this one. But I like McCray over 50.5. And I like I got Marion Lukes at 74.5. I think he's up to about 80 now. Central Michigan. Yeah,
Can I just take a touchdown or longest rush?
I have him projected for about 90. So there's still a tiny meat on the bone, but not quite as much.
All right, breaking news. I'm also going to give out a guaranteed touchdown score on Thursday's member show. Guaranteed.
Oh, wow. What, is it a money back guarantee?
Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those things you got to use it on the if you don't win, you get a credit back type deal. All right, Pete. Final thoughts before you have to go.
No, I got to go watch some offensive line tape for the Seattle Seahawks and see if I need to rethink my Seahawks love this week.
All right, Davis.
No, just I'll be live this afternoon, doing a little bit of Seahawks film study and a little bit of playoff best ball. So come and check me out, brother.
Okay, Tuttle.
Got nothing. Smash those props.
And
Stroud doubles.
Stroud
doubles for the
Smash
if you
the
want
like
money
button.
this weekend.
Subscribe if you're a podcast listener. Let us know how much you appreciate the audio feed. I mean, we would appreciate that. And yeah, I appreciate all the love, continued love. And who knows? I might have some announcements soon. Who knows?
Ooh,
Wow.
You cooking up a little thing called employment kitchen?
Ooh, spicy. Okay. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you Thursday on the members only show. If you're not a member, we still love you. We'll see you next Tuesday. That's it for the Swolecast here on Unnamed Sponsor soon. Peace.
You Davis Maddox from the Swolecast? I was like, yeah. Yep, that's me.
I just want you guys to know I'm total dust. I'm the problem.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Leave it to the guy with the crypto dunes, Abby, to not understand context.
I should have known you getting 30 likes was directly written by someone else.
You know me, I don't do a